Today's aviation update puts the spotlight back on Boeing, and for once, there's actually a bit of positive momentum. The US aerospace giant is now actively pursuing approval to boost production of its much-discussed 737 MAX series. That said, a green light from regulators might not come until the end of the year. Boeing's recently appointed CEO, Kelly Ortberg, tasked with the monumental challenge of steering the company back on course, confirmed the push during the company's latest quarterly results announcement. The conversation around ramping up production of the 737 MAX mainly revolves around the numerous restrictions that have been placed on the program. These caps stem from persistent quality control issues and the turbulent history of the aircraft itself. The MAX series, for some context, was grounded globally in 2019 following 2 deadly crashes. And while it was cleared to fly again in late 2020, safety concerns and public perception issues have lingered. Earlier this year, in fact, a MAX experienced a door plug blowout shortly after takeoff, triggering another wave of scrutiny. In response, the FAA clamped down hard on Boeing's production, limiting the number of aircraft it could produce per month. Boeing publicly acknowledged that these restrictions were justified, but the impact on daily operations has been significant. These limitations have made it even harder for Boeing to regain its footing financially, with customer confidence also taking a hit. So, Boeing's journey toward recovery is very much underway, but it's far from an easy path. The MAX continues to attract public skepticism, and for many, the name itself has become synonymous with safety concerns. Some even say the aircraft is cursed. To win back full trust from the FAA, Boeing has to show clear ongoing improvements, particularly around safety protocols and quality assurance. That said, some encouraging signs are emerging. Global aircraft lessors and several airlines who've toured Boeing's production facilities over the past year have reported visible improvements. Still, the FAA remains cautious. Just because some industry players are impressed doesn't mean the regulatory body will automatically sign off on increased output. Their decision will hinge on whether Boeing can maintain consistent improvements across the board. In its Q1 earnings, Boeing reported a modest increase in 737 MAX production, suggesting some operational stability is finally being achieved. The plane maker is aiming for a production rate of 38 units per month later this year, though that target is still tentative. All of this discussion about ramping up production comes on the heels of the company's latest financials, where, believe it or not, there were a few silver linings. For the first quarter, Boeing posted a net loss of $31 million. Now yes, that's still a loss, no denying that, but it marks a dramatic improvement compared to the same period last year, when Boeing recorded a loss of $355 million. That's a huge shift. It's worth adding an asterisk, though. This Q1 included the fallout from the door plug incident and the resulting groundings. Even so, the smaller loss signals progress amid a tough environment. Revenues also saw a notable rise, up 18% to $19.5 billion, outperforming analyst expectations. One of the biggest drivers behind this growth was a jump in aircraft deliveries, which climbed nearly 60% year over year. In fact, during the first 2 months of 2025, Boeing briefly outperformed Airbus in terms of deliveries. While Airbus pulled ahead again in March, thanks to a strong finish, it's still worth acknowledging that Boeing managed to close the gap, even if just temporarily. Looking ahead, there are still big unknowns. One major hurdle is geopolitical. China has recently declined delivery of new Boeing jets, creating yet another headache. The challenge now is for Boeing to find alternative customers for those aircraft. The good news? That process is already underway. Airlines like Air India and Malaysia Airlines have expressed interest in taking on 737 MAX jets, originally intended for Chinese operators. And this isn't the first time Boeing's had to reroute planes because of politics. Just look at what's unfolded with Russia in recent years. Aircraft orders from Russian carriers were cancelled due to sanctions, forcing manufacturers to reallocate jets to other airlines. In fact, this redirection is one of the reasons Air India has been able to scale up its Airbus A350 fleet so rapidly. All things considered, Boeing still has a long road ahead, but there are signs of life. The company continues to tackle one challenge after another while trying to stabilize operations. As for the 777 and 777X programs, they remain crucial for Boeing's future, particularly in the long-haul and wide-body markets. But for now, it's the 737 MAX that's in the hot seat, and what happens next with production levels will be key.